Today I'd like us to look at alcohol and women. It's a topic that you don't often hear about, but you know what? It is so crucial, and we are so vulnerable to alcohol and its effects. Much more vulnerable. So it's really crucial that we come to understand when we are drinking, how we are drinking, so that we are not affected by alcohol dependency. As women, we live in a world filled with pressures. At the end of the day, we just want to be able to grab that bottle of wine and just pour it out and have a glass. And you think, well, you know something? I'll just have one glass. But what happens when that one glass becomes two, becomes three, and then becomes a whole bottle of wine that you've just consumed? Those moments of escape start becoming so regular that you don't even realize it. It actually sneaks up on you. A moment comes when it's like, you know what, I've got to have that glass of wine. And it becomes a bottle of wine. And then it becomes even more regular than you ever intended it to be. This topic is very close to my heart. So when I talk about we need to take care of how we drink, let us be aware of how we drink. Please remember, ladies, it's not about pointing fingers. It's about, I want you to know how to drink responsibly so that you can have a bright future. If you take a glass of wine or a cocktail, it hits us a lot harder than it does men. We absorb it so much more quickly into our system. So even if we're trying to keep up with the guys when we're drinking, let me tell you what, it's getting more into your system a lot faster than it's actually getting into men. You know, alcohol dependency can lead to so many physical health issues, including liver damage, breast cancer, brain damage, a weakened immune system, menstrual irregularities, and fertility issues. And when it comes to giving birth to a baby who has been fed with alcohol, because remember, it goes right through your system into the fetus, the baby is born with alcohol fetal syndrome. It means that the baby has already come out already addicted to alcohol. Your baby can also be born with all kinds of birth defects and developmental disabilities. So as you can see, there are a lot of things that can happen to us. The worst case scenario is like what happened to my relative. It really saddened me so much because we don't realize what's going on inside our bodies. All we see is the way we feel so good. It also brings about depression. Because what happens is you think, oh, you know, I'm having such a good time here, and we become dependent on that good time. But every time the alcohol leaves your body, what happens? Your body starts calling for that alcohol more and more. And that's how dependency builds up. But at the same time, when you are now calling, your body is now calling for that alcohol, guess what? Basically what happens is you are beginning to get into a depressive state. Remember, alcohol depresses things within us. It also depresses our minds. If we can spot the signs of alcohol dependency, we are better equipped to seek help or help somebody we love. Here is what to look out for. 1. Increased tolerance. This is when you're needing more and more alcohol to feel its effects, or finding that the same amount just doesn't have the same impact anymore. And then you'll notice what happens as well. You'll move from beer to wine to spirits. It then means that, you know what? Your body is getting used to actually having a higher level of alcohol. Sign number 2. Loss of control. This is when you find yourself, you're drinking more than you intended. It's like you're out of control. You can't stop it. And when alcohol is put in front of you, you are just going to keep on drinking more and more and more. So, number 2, loss of control. You've got to have alcohol. Then we come to number 3. This is where you start neglecting your responsibilities without realizing it. You start missing out on work. Sometimes you even forget that you've got children that you need to pick up, yeah? Or home responsibilities. Or even maybe you are going to go and meet friends. Whatever the case is, suddenly you start neglecting your responsibilities because you might be sleeping it out, or the brain is already beginning to get affected. It's already starting to depress. Next, number 4, you get withdrawal symptoms. You experience nausea, shaking, or anxiety when you're not drinking. For some people, they even start having hallucinations and sometimes even going to the toilet on themselves because you just cannot get up and go. So the body is already beginning to lose the way it works. This is also when you are looking for that money. If you don't have it on you, you're probably going to the pub and hoping that you're going to meet your drinking buddies who are going to buy you alcohol. Number 5, the amount of time spent on alcohol. You are now spending a significant amount of time getting, using, or recovering from the effects of alcohol. And you're spending more time thinking about alcohol and its effects than thinking about your everyday living. Number 6, you start avoiding activities. You know, those activities you used to enjoy. You know, just having a laugh or going out for your walks or going out to the gym or whatever it is. Here are some actionable steps, ladies, that can guide you when just managing your drinking. Number 1, keep track of what you are drinking. Often when we go drinking, you know what? We don't keep track, do we? We just drink. This way, you can actually know how much you're drinking and what you're drinking. You'll find in the description, there's a link where you can go and actually download a Drinkware application, which you can use to measure your drink. Please do so, in the link below. Number 2, know your strength. Alcoholic drinks will have the abbreviation ABV on it, which shows the percentage of your drink that is pure alcohol. For example, this original Bailey's Irish Cream, it's got 17% alcohol. And that is in a bottle of 375 milliliters. Now, it's very easy to just keep drinking that, isn't it? I mean, I like sweet stuff, alcohol, but it's like I know it is sweet, so I have to be careful how I drink. Yeah? So it's very, very easy. But that's where you'll find the amount of alcohol is often written right there. So it's important to know the strength of what you are drinking. Number 3, size matters. Okay, what do I mean by this? When you cut down by switching to a single measure of spirits instead of a double, choosing a smaller glass or water. This means that you're actually cutting back the amount of units that you are actually taking within your system. Okay. Number 4, which is a really swell idea. Number 4, alternate. You have a drink of wine, let's say half a glass, and then you drink juice, or maybe you drink a soda. So you are going alcohol, something soft without alcohol. Bit of alcohol, something soft without alcohol. Number 5, have alcohol-free days. A good way to cut down is to tell yourself that I am going to cut back. Decide how many days, preferably over 2 a week. Number 6, and I'd kind of mentioned it in number 5, try switching to alcohol-free or low alcohol percentage. They could just be right for you. If you're in this place where you feel that you've got to cut back, find help. Don't let it just go on and on and on. You have to look after yourself because nobody is going to look after you. Reach out, seek help, or simply start a conversation. That can be the first step towards healing. Do not go down this road on your own. If you're out there in this space, help yourself to start cutting back. It is possible, but you've got to want it more than anybody else out there. I will put a video in the link that actually talks about how to assess if you are actually dependent on alcohol or not. And it only asks 3 questions, which then tells you, hey, I am dependent or not. Okay? If you found value in this conversation, please, ladies, share it. Okay? Also, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, connect with us, where we are getting more and more information that is meant to empower us as women to live a life that is full, that is joyful, and that is purposeful. So, connect, share, and even comment. Let us start a discussion because, again, like I said, this is something that we do not talk about. We need to talk about it. We really do. And when we talk about it, it helps that woman out there or that woman out there to actually know I am not alone. So until next time, please take care of yourselves. And remember, you are not alone. Together we shall rise. So you take care. God bless you and shalom, shalom.